mentors of mine. So, just give me one moment while I share my screen. So, as quoted by Oprah Winfrey, a mentor is someone who allows you to see the hope inside of yourself. Madam President, Toastmaster of the evening, distinguished guests, and fellow Toastmasters, good evening. According to Toastmasters International, a mentor is an experienced member who provides guidance and support to empower proteges or mentees to reach their goals. And it is really important that the mentor and the protege both understand these roles simultaneously. The reason is that the mentor needs to know his responsibilities towards the mentee or the protege, and the mentee needs to understand that the mentor is committing to actually dedicating time and effort to develop the mentee. It takes a lot of good, positive attributes and traits to be a mentor. In Toastmastering, to be a mentor, you must be a member in good standing for at least 6 months, have completed a path, and successfully complete mentorship training with positive evaluations from your proteges. Most of you who are here know that this cannot always be the case because we have such a diverse and dynamic leadership and member base that's always evolving. So we have to fill in the mentorship gaps as we go along. But in order to be a good mentor, let's look at some of the traits. First of all, mentors must have experience and knowledge. This can be from personal wisdom that he or she has obtained throughout their lives, whether it's from family, culture, or society they live in. They should also have some sort of personal experience, which they could have obtained from their working lives or personal lives, whether it's come from places they've lived in, places they've traveled, or situations that they've been in. They must be positive and supportive. By taking the time to understand your needs as the mentee, you give them the right tactics to be comfortable with the relationship. They must be respectful and caring by connecting with you on a personal level and finding the synergies between you and them, which enable you to connect more effectively. And last but not least, they must be committed and dependable. A mentor must be available for you whenever you need. And a mentor takes on that responsibility and duty when he or she becomes your mentor. But I would like to remind you or inform you that mentoring is very much a two-way street. It doesn't go one way. The mentee also needs to have some positive attributes that will enable him to get the best out of this relationship. First of all, he must be adaptable and willing to learn. Must be goal-orientated. The mentor and mentee must be very clear on what the mentee wants to achieve and whether or not the mentor can actually provide what the mentee needs. They must be open-minded, willing to take on whatever advice that the mentor may give. Whether or not it aligns with your values and beliefs or not, that is another subject. But you need to be willing to be receptive, willing to receive feedback and criticism, and comfortable. From a Toastmasters perspective, there are many benefits to having a mentor. Now, bear in mind, your mentor typically has been through a lot more experience in Toastmasters than you have. So whatever project you're working on, he or she has been there and done that. They might have even failed at a particular project and therefore can share valuable experience about what not to do. I want to talk a little bit about virtual mentoring because this is now a very, very relevant point or topic. COVID-19 has opened up the space for virtual mentoring. We're now open to having mentors anywhere in the world. And I'm not only talking about Toastmasters now. With tools like Zoom, it's become so much easier. It gives us the opportunity to meet as often as we like, easily, without having to get into a car, or in some cases, an airplane. We're able to get regular feedback more often. Less time is wasted in actual physical speech preparation with the mentor, where we can now send revisions back and forth. And it's given us the opportunity to constantly learn. Many people see mentoring and coaching as one and the same. And I want to tell you a little bit about the difference between these two areas. And I've brought in a third element here, which is the teacher. You see, the teacher is somebody who guides you on providing you the rules or a framework. A coach makes you better, and a mentor simply optimizes you. I've had many mentors throughout my life. Those who have helped me and guided me in business, in sports, in Toastmasters, in which I actually have 3 mentors. And I truly believe that having mentors is truly transformational. In my businesses, I have mentors across the world, some in Canada, some in Sweden, some in the UK. So I would implore you all to really reach out, find a mentor if you haven't been assigned one already, and use them, because the other part about mentoring is the mentor, while you might see him as giving, the mentor is actually learning through this process. So your mentor is gaining just as much as you are as a mentee, and therefore you're doing him or her a favor. So that's it from me today. Thank you so much for listening. Over to you, Toastmasters this evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zaheer, for a great presentation. And now we will move on to our next speaker. And for our next speaker, we have a dual member, a member who is also a member in another club, which is an advanced club called Humor.